today I'm going to show you how to melt down your wax. I'm going to show you how to melt down the beads from start to finish using your tins in the warmer or without the tins. We're going to start with the 1 pound warmer. You're going to turn it on to the maximum temperature. You do have the option of using the tin, but if you don't want to use the tin, you can always do the melt down without the tin. First, we're going to fill the warmer to the top. Also, just a quick tip, if you have your beads, something I like to do before I pour the beads in to make sure they're all broken down evenly. Let me seal up the bag. So you're just gonna wanna make sure you break it up. Basically what that does is it's just ensuring that the beads are broken up evenly, and it's gonna avoid that buildup of balls that can kind of mold together. So when you go to pour the beads, it doesn't explode and create a big mess. So now we're just gonna pour the beads into our 1 pound warmer. And I'm gonna just fill it to the top. I like to spread the beads out evenly at the top. And you're going to put your lid on all the way, leave it set to the max temperature, and let it melt down for about 10 to 15 minutes. It's been 15 minutes since I've filled the 1 pound warmer to the max with the Novawax beads, and now we're gonna check in and see how it's melting down. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna uncover, and I'm gonna take my wax stick, or if you have a clean glove, you can kind of press down the beads a bit just to see how it's melting down. And then you can start to mix. The reason I like to fill the 1 pound warmer to the max is because it's a smaller amount of wax beads, so it's gonna be easier to break down. And once I start to break those beads down, I will cover it up for another 5 minutes. So the one thing about Nova is that it does have a quick melting point. So as soon as that wax hits the warmer, it's gonna start to melt down the beads. Okay, so now that the wax beads are mixed up, I am about 75% full. I'm gonna add a little bit more because if you're using the 1 pound warmer and you're gonna wax, say, your underarms or your lower leg, you wanna make sure that you're starting out with a full warmer. So we're gonna add more beads. I'm gonna fill it to the top, and I'm just gonna mix it in with the existing wax. Once I've filled it up, I'm going to just put the lid back on for another 5 to 10 minutes. So it's been roughly 5 to 10 minutes on the 1 pound warmer. Let's see where we're at. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my stick, and I'm just gonna press down on the beads rather than mixing them. And you can see because the wax is so hot, I can easily push the wax down into the hotter wax. And now that we're at this point, we're gonna lower the wax temperature, and we're gonna lower it to 75. I'm gonna add just a little bit more wax just because I like to work with a full to the rim warmer, okay? And also, this is a good opportunity if your wax is too hot and you wanna get it to temperature quickly, you can just add a little bit more beads, and that'll help pull the wax down a bit. Okay, and I'm just going to mix that in. So just keep in mind when you're working with the 1 pound warmer, your temperature gauge is going to fluctuate depending on the level of wax that you have. So as you work through the wax, depending on what service you're doing, the lower the wax goes, the hotter it's gonna get. So you're gonna wanna continuously move that temperature gauge to accommodate your wax, or keep adding wax so that you don't run out of wax and you maintain that consistency internally. Okay, so I'm gonna mix this up, and Right now, I still have a ball in the center of those beads that have molded together. That's totally fine. You can use that to your advantage. If you're doing, say, a Brazilian or an underarm, you can grab the edge of the warmer wax mixed in with some of the thicker, tackier wax in the center to get you a great consistency like this. All right, so my 1 pound warmer is at consistency and it's ready to wax. I really love the 1 pound warmer. I would have this set up in my salon next to my 5 pound warmer, except for the 1 pound warmer, I would use this for all my facial services. I do run this one a little bit warmer because I only use it for facial services in my salon. If you're using this for full body, that's fine, it's gonna totally work. You're just gonna have to play with the temperature a little bit more to find the perfect consistency, whether you're doing body services or facial services. Now my temperature is set to 75. I haven't changed it. I've kept the lid on the entire time. Keep in mind, if you've reached consistency, you do not put that lid back on, your wax is gonna be too tacky, okay? This keeps your heat in, which is going to maintain the internal heat. The second you remove this, your consistency is gonna change. So just keep that in mind. So right now, I'm gonna show you the consistency that we're at and what I would use this consistency on which surface. This consistency is perfect right now if I were to do any body services. This is ideal for Brazilian, underarm, maybe you wanna do your lower legs. This is perfect. This is exactly the consistency that we're looking for body services. And I'm gonna show you when I pull wax from the warmer. Do you see how I still have control of my wax? So if it starts to drip down, that's okay, because usually I can catch it. But yeah, I would feel really comfortable doing my bikini line or my underarm or anything that involves basically your body services with this consistency right here. This is ideal. So you can see how the drip down, it's kind of like a slower drop. That's what you're looking for, okay? I'm gonna show you how to properly do a strip on your arm. I'm going to cut my wax, drop it, and I'm just going to glide it all the way down my wrist. Remember, you have time to set this strip. Don't feel rushed. And another thing I want to point out, because Nova does have a fast setting temperature, this strip, from the moment I lifted the stick, it's ready to remove. So something you do not have to do is you don't have to tap, you don't have to rub, you don't have to ensure that everything's set and ready to go. It's ready. From the moment I lifted my stick, it's been ready to go. Grab your lip and just remove. Okay, so that's what you want to do when you're laying a strip.